Hi, I just wanted to give you a quick introduction to the new Scratch. They've recently updated Scratch, so things look a little bit different, but basically it's still the same program. So we can use this program to make some games and some interactive cartoons. So first, in this video, I'm just going to give you a little tour of the interface so that you can learn where the different blocks are and how to put them together to get started. So Scratch comes from scratch.mit.edu. We're right now, so Scratch is here. This is the website. You'll want to create an account for yourself. So you would come over here and create an account. To open up the creating interface, you would click on Create. To see if you can find some projects that are interesting, you could either click Explore or you could click Search. We're going to be making a Pong game, so it's not a bad idea to take a look and see what other kind of things are out there. This is, you can see some sort of more advanced things, some basic simple things. Sometimes the game of Pong can be expanded into something else like table tennis or soccer Pong would be two-player Pong, things like that. So this is sort of what we're going to start with. We're going to start by creating something a little bit like this. Just basic bouncing ball. That's pretty much what we're going to start out with. Pretty simple to code. So to do that, we're going to click on Create. And let's take a look around here. So this is the game stage, and this is the sprite. The stage is the background, and this is what the user is going to see when they're playing the game. And this is a sprite, which is what they call a character in the game. So to be able to take a look at the stage and change the backdrop, we can click down here, and we can pick any of these backdrops. You could also import a backdrop if you wanted to find something on Google and use it in your project. For now, I'm just going to take one of these pre-made ones so you can see. Okay, so this is the stage. This section in here is where you're going to put your code. This is called the script. So in order to have the cat do something, I need to bring some blocks over there. So I need to make sure I'm first selecting the cat, so I can see down here that I've got the cat selected, and now I can look at the blocks. The blocks are all color coded. So these are the different subcategories: motion, look, sounds, control, operators, variables, and so on. It used to be that you had to flip from tab to tab in order to find things. Now they've sort of color coded it, and you can just slide down back and forth if you want. You don't necessarily have to flip back and forth through the tabs. So these yellow blocks are blocks that help you control when something happens. So for example, I could start my game when the green flag is clicked, which is the start button, or I could start some action when this, a certain key is pressed, like when the space key is pressed. So right now, when the green flag is clicked, I can have motion, and I can have the cat go to the very center of the game, which is 0, 0. So for example, if he's over here, there, now he's going to 0, 0. So I could do that. When the space key is pressed, I could have him start to move. So move 10 steps maybe. So every time I press the space key, he moves. So there, that's about that. The blocks lock together like Lego blocks, which helps you to make fewer mistakes when you're coding. If something doesn't fit together, it probably isn't meant to go together. Now for the cat, if I wanted him to maybe be a different color or look a little bit different, you can click on the costumes tab and you can see that this cat has 2 costumes. These different things kind of allow him to look like he's walking. Now, if I wanted to make a new costume for him, I could either start fresh or I could right click here and I could duplicate, and then let's pretend I wanted to put a hat on him. There. Paint bucket, fill it in. Not crazy about that color. So let's make something blue. There we go. Cat has a blue hat. So now we have 3 costumes for the cat. Here's the sounds tab. If I wanted to use sound, I would do it on this tab. If I wanted to choose a sound, I could come down here, click on it, and these are all the preset sounds that are included. There we go. Looks like they've updated the sounds, so some of them are a little bit newer. All right. So that's the basic interface. If you want to title your project, you come up here and type in a title. And Scratch saves automatically, very similar to Google. When you're done, what you want to do so that I can see your project and other people can see it is you want to click the share button. Before you click the share button, though, you'll have to have verified your email address if you make a new account. So when you create the account, you're going to go to your Gmail account, look for an email from Scratch, and click on the link to verify your account. When you want to make something public, you just click that button that I just clicked, and it will make the game, make your project public. So that means everyone can see it. So make sure you're not putting your own personal name in there. And then you can give the user some instructions, say where you were using the arrow keys to move, or say the goal was to eat as many fish as possible. You'd put those instructions here. This is just a test. And now I could go back in and see inside if I wanted to. And again, we didn't really save any of the code that we made, but so I can do this. And there. That's pretty basic. So that's a simple introduction to the new Scratch. So I hope that you find that helpful to get started. So please feel free to email me if you have any questions, or let me know what I can do to help. In the next video, we'll start our Pong game.